I love him so. I just love him.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a Hammer 4K review. Tonight we're going to be looking at Studio Canal's release of Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, which has been out not too long, but they seem to be releasing now a lot of these Hammer in 4Ks, and this is one of their unique editions. So let's have a little look at the edition itself. So here we are guys, we're going to have a quick look at the release of Blood from Mummy's Tomb from Studio Canal, a Hammer film. I have done a full unboxing of this, so this will be a quick one. It has two posters. It has a wonderful booklet with 2 or 3 large essays and photographs from the films. And it has the film on 4K and in Blu-ray, and comes in this wonderful box. So just a brief look, so I have done a full unboxing. And that is a closer look at the physical release of Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. So I didn't go too deep into the actual physical release because I've already done that. I did an unboxing video. So if you want to see that, go back and have a little look at that, because that might make your decision to see if you want to buy it. But what also might make your decision if you want to buy it is if there's any special features on it. So here we are guys on the main menu from the film Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Special features on the disc is audio commentary with Steve Haberman, Valerie Leon inside the Mummy's Tomb, That Is a Rup, Kim Newman explores Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, Pharaoh's Curse, inside Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, an interview with Valerie Leon and Christopher Wicklin, interview with sound recordist Tony Dorr, interview with camera operative Neil Binney, TV spots, radio spots, black and white lobby cards, colour lobby cards, behind the scenes and a trailer. And on your setup you have English subtitles, and that is the special features on Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. So there is some special features on there, and it also includes our wonderful Kim Newman, which is really cool. So let's get to the story. So this is a really cool mummy film. It's a unique story. It's actually based upon a novel by Bram Stoker, and it's about Queen Tera, who is like an old sort of mummy. The film starts where we see Margaret, who is played by, is it Valerie Leon? She's our main character in the film, and she's dreaming about this mummy sort of going through this sort of ceremony, and you see these Egyptians and they're all sort of like doing these things to her, like they cut off one of her hands, so there's dismemberment straight away in the film, and they throw it out and feed it to the dogs, and then they put the tomb onto the lid on the tomb for the mummy, and then she carries on this dream, and we see the hand, we see the go back outside the dogs, and all the dogs are dead, and we see this hand crawling on the sand, and all these Egyptians leave this tomb, and a big wind kilt comes up and they all die as well, and she wakes up from her dream, and we see that she looks like the Queen Tera, so she's a double. She wakes up screaming, and then this is where Andrew Keir enters into the film. He comes in to see if she's all right, and he plays a professor. So what this story ends up being, there is another professor played by James Villiers. He's like the evil professor, and he wants to resurrect this queen. Now earlier on, there was an expedition, and about 5 or 6 of them, which these 2 professors were part of, went off, and they've all taken a piece of from this tomb where they found the Queen Tera. They've taken it, and so all these parts are all scattered around by different people have. So one of the professors is trying to gain them back because he wants to resurrect her, and using Margaret as a tool to do so. And all these sort of bizarre things happen. Andrew Keir's character at one point goes into like a coma. He gives her this big ruby, Margaret, this big ruby ring to wear. And we have one other professor in like a nut house, and he's got like the snake kind of statue. So they're trying to get all these bits together to resurrect her. And finally these bits come together, and that's when things sort of take off a little bit, and we get some deaths happening, shall we say. And Margaret does become like this version of the mummy, and that's how it sort of plays out. Really cool. Let's get to the final verdict. So not a long review this one, because I don't want to spoil the synopsis, because the actual storyline is not that difficult or long or to understand. It just sort of like, that is it in a nutshell. So if I go any further, it could get into spoiler territory, which I don't want to do. It's an amazing Hammer film. It's an absolute classic Hammer film. It's just brilliant. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. It just plays out really well, and it's like I can't remember ever seeing this. I've seen most Hammer films, and I can't remember seeing this film, but it's absolutely wonderful. It's just so eerie in places, and it's great storytelling, really well acted, and with a sort of like a nice sort of like satisfying sort of third part of the film, which is great. The 4K I'm going to score incredible and give it a 10 out of 10. I think the transfer is amazing, absolutely stunning. It's really great. The grain's great. It's really full of detail. There's a lot of dark and a lot of vibrant colours. It's awesome. The sound I'm going to score a 7 out of 10. I think the sound lacks something. Because they haven't done anything to the sound to sort of coincide with the actual visual side of it, which maybe they just couldn't. Maybe it was what they had to work with, but that's the only thing that lets it down. So the whole release itself, I give a 9 out of 10. Really, really cool. I've given it a 9 because the story's classic, the story's strong, it's well acted, it's amazing. It's a classic Hammer film with a lot of gothic style going on through there. The pictures are 10. It's absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. The sound, if that would have been 8 or 9, this probably would have got a 10 out of 10 score. But because of that, I've just kept it at 9 out of 10. But it's a great release from Studio Canal. They're releasing these amazing editions. So the pluses of the edition is fantastic. You've got 2 posters, you've got a wealthy booklet, you've got the 4K, you've got a Blu-ray, you've got a wealth of special features, and you've got the amazing transfer and a great classic Hammer film. Really, really cool. Highly recommend you picking it up. So if you can, do so. Massive shout out to my lads. See you soon, guys.